Hi, I'm Belle and welcome to my workshop. In today's video we are going to do the print and cut calibration for the LOKLiK iCraft. So to do the print and cut calibration you are going to need a light grip mat, some paper. I'm just going to use regular paper because sticker paper is quite expensive. So I'm just going to test it out on regular paper and see how we go. You also need a computer and also your LOKLiK iCraft and a printer. Today I'm using a Canon printer. Okay, so first we are in the LOKLiK Idea Studio. Now I do recommend updating to the latest software and updating the firmware of your LOKLiK iCraft. I do have a video on how to do this, but in software or for software you can just go to this bell icon and it'll show you a system update here if there's one available. So to check the version software that you're using currently, you can come up to Help and then About LOKLiK Idea Studio, and I'm currently running version 2.2.4. Now to check our device firmware, you can go to Device, Firmware Update, click on your device, connect your device via USB, and the current version will be displayed here. I'm actually currently running version 6 of the firmware. Okay, so you've got all them updated. Now I recommend doing a print and cut calibration before trying print and cut. So to do this, we can go to Device, Machine Calibration, LOKLiK iCraft, and then it has print then cut function or cutting force. My cutting force is pretty good, so I don't need to calibrate that. But to do print then cut, I recommend doing this calibration. So let's do it together. So we got the print then cut function and we want to press next. I'm going to connect via Bluetooth. I'm going to come over to our machine and we're going to open it up, turn it on. Okay, so it's all on. Now we're going to come up to the Bluetooth and we're going to search. Now it's found our LOKLiK iCraft and we're going to connect. So our machine moved to say it's connected, and you can also see that the blue light for the Bluetooth connection is on. Okay, so now we're going to press next and we've got confirm our device. So we're doing the iCraft. We're going to press next and now we need to print out this calibration sheet. So let's press print and my printer comes up and it's A4 size. That's fine. and we're going to press print. Now it's printed. Now you can see these lines here are the registration marks. So the machine reads these to know where it should cut for your print and cut. So now that we have this printed, we can then press next, and we'll load our paper onto our mat. And make sure it's in the top left-hand corner. Just like that. Now we can load it into our machine. So making sure that we've got some pressure at the back of the mat and our mat is pushed up against the rollers, we can press the load button and then we can press cut. Okay, it is finished cutting. Let's press next. Now we need to unload our mat. Now we can have a look at our paper and see which cut went through the middle of each line. So if we flip over our mat and release our paper, and we can actually see all the little cuts there. So there's no need to aim for all the cuts to be on 0. The cut values that you're going to put in is where your machine cut the best on the line. Okay, so your values might be totally different to my values, but I'm just showing you how to do it. So you want the perfect cut, so we'll do A first. So if we have a look, so I don't know if you can see it very well, but you can kind of line up the edge of the cut over here. See how that cut is well below the black line? So that's no good. At the moment for A, I think the best cut is 0 because that's like dead center in the line. And then we can try, if we look at D, D is definitely not 0. So we'll have to look and see which one is the best. Now, -5 is a little bit below the line. I think -4 is the best because -3 is a little bit above the line. So for A is 0, D is -4, and just keep on going and have a look. I think D is -4 as well. D is -4. And now B. Now if your machine cut the letter B off, it might be because your printer is set to letter page size. So you might have to go into your printer settings and change that to A4 because you really should calibrate your machine with A4. I'm not sure if there's a letter size available at the moment. Hopefully there will be soon. Okay, so with B, I think 0 is the middle. So as I said earlier, your values might be totally different to mine. I'm just showing you how to read this graph. Then you put your values into Idea Studio. So we're going to try this. And I just used a scrap piece of paper as well for this because you're going to throw it out after this. So our first value for A was 0, so it's on 0, so that's fine. B was 0 as well. C is -4. We'll use the minus button, and that's 4. And then D is -4 as well. Now let's press calibrate and close. Now let's test to see if our cuts will come out good. So I'm just going to upload a quick design. So this is just a rainbow, and we're going to select print and cut. And we're going to go next. I'm going to click on design. So this is our rainbow. I'm going to make it smaller. Maybe a little bit bigger. Okay, now I'm going to create an offset. And I'm going to create this offset until I just have the outline of the rainbow, just like that. And press apply. Now if we click on this offset, see how there's a little bit of white in there? So I don't want those little bits of white because our cutter will cut them out as well. So I'm just going to create another offset. And I think that looks about good. So now this one shouldn't have any, yeah, no, it doesn't. That's good. That's what we want. So we can delete this one, grab these two, move it back onto our mat, and center this. So we can align, center horizontally, center vertically. Now I'll zoom out a little bit. Now for print and cut, there's a border that you need. So if we go to page setup, we can go to, so first our device is our LOKLiK iCraft, that's fine. We've got a cutting mat and then print and cut job. So we can actually show the print border. So we've just got to make sure our stickers or our designs stay within this dotted border. So we can grab these. Now I like to duplicate. So Control C and Control V. And I'm just going to create a couple of these. Okay, just like that. Now we can select all our groups and then we can press make. Now our iCraft is connected. Under cut, we're going to select print then cut and we're going to print. So our design is in between our cut border. So that's great. And we're going to print. Now it's printed. Okay, so we can come back over to our mat, place our paper, top left hand corner. just like that. Now I left the offset black because I wanted to check how good the cut line was around the black, because that's what we're going to cut. So if we come to our cutting parameters, so we have our black group and that is our offset. So I'm just going to select that because that's all I want cut. Then we're going to select type. So I'm just using this regular paper. So I'm just going to choose the matte printable vinyl sticker paper. That says it's only 100 GSM. So that might be okay. No need to mirror. And then we're going to add to task. Now it says to do a print then cut function calibration, and we've already done that. So you can press I know, or you can press don't show me again, I know. So we've got our offset that we're going to cut. Now we can load our mat. And then press start. Now it's done. We can unload our mat. Come over to our desk here. Take our paper off, our mat, and maybe I should have done a bigger force. But these cuts are looking pretty good to me. So if you can see, there's only a little bit of white around there, and there's a little bit of white around that one. So I personally think these cuts are pretty good. You can do another calibration if you want to. I might try to cut some stickers out just using this, because it was pretty good. And normally you don't have a black border. I normally have a white border, so it's not like you can really see that. But I might do one more calibration and I'll come back with the results and see how they are. Okay, so I did the exact same process over again. So these were the first cuts, and we'll have a look at this one. Okay, so these were all pretty much the same. They cut the same. They just have a little bit underneath. So I could go ahead and do another calibration and just see if that gets fixed, because these were a little bit There's a little bit up there. There's a little bit on this whole side. And this one was pretty much good. But all of these have the bottom, just that little bit extra. So yeah, I could do another calibration. The only thing, if you do tons and tons and tons of calibrations, I do actually recommend going in and reset calibration value. So you can actually go to device and you can actually go to reset calibration value, the LOKLiK iCraft, select next, and then print then cut function. You can select that and it will reset the values. That's only if you've done like, 10 or so. I think it's a good idea to go back to the start and start calibrating the machine again. Another thing is to remember, after you've gone into the Make It screen and then you've printed your design, do not move these around on your canvas after you've printed it. If you did, you'll need to print it again before you send it to cut. Because if you move these around, like if I move them down here, the machine is still gonna think, well, the piece of paper, they're gonna print up here, but the machine's gonna cut them out like they're down here. So just make sure you don't move your design after you've printed it. Well, I hope this video was useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You guys have a craftastic day, and I will see you in the next one.